cops and projects, sewers flooded with foul blockage. The gutters wild and every child watches. Chains and top locks get ripped off hinges. Doors kicked off, drunk stag off, smeared off. Wipe your beard off, crippled dope fiends in wheelchairs stare. Vision blurry, cause buried deep in their minds a hidden story.
So I'm 10, I've been a good student. I'm 11, I'm a C student. I'm 12, I'm a D student. What do you think I think is going on? And I'm looking now, let's say, I'm in 7th grade. I'm going nowhere.
68% of inmates in Pennsylvania are high school dropouts. The state spends $33,000 a year on each prisoner, which makes the total cost of the average prison term $132,000. The average private school costs $8,300 a year. So for the same amount, we could have sent a prison inmate to a private school from kindergarten through 12th grade and still had over $24,000 left for college.
It's a very expensive hotel, man. You got to feed them 3 meals a day. You have to provide recreation. You have to provide security. You have to provide medical care. These guys don't pay taxes. They don't work. It's money that goes one way only.
I'm just so afraid for him. I cry for him sometimes because I'm just so afraid. I am. I pray about him all the time because I know he can easily be influenced to do things that he shouldn't do. And it scares me. He never knew his mom. I think his mom had other kids, but Anthony doesn't know those kids. My mom left me when I was probably about 8. So my grandparents raised me.
Was school important to you?
No. It wasn't. It probably wasn't because I never had nobody push me, to talk to me about stuff. So it wasn't.
And your son?
He didn't think school was important either. No. He didn't. He did his thing, I guess.
5th grade and the 7th grade, you see a huge number of minority kids go from being B students to D students. Now, one or two things is happening. Either the kids are getting stupider every year, right? Or something is wrong in the education system.
And yet they cost the same to the school. A bad teacher covers only 50% of the required curriculum in a school year. A good teacher can cover 150%.
They gave a kid a video camera and he put it in his book bag.
Well, what are we doing in here today?
Nothing.
He videotaped kids shooting crap in the back of the room. He videotaped teachers reading newspapers. We had a teacher put a kid's head in a soiled toilet.
Where's our teacher?
They mic me up live, turn on the television, and I see all of this going on. So the guy asked me, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to fire these people. My staff is in the back of the room going like this, like, man, you can't fire nobody. You can't say that. I thought I was in charge.
Howard Fuller fired the worst teachers in the video, but was forced to rehire them with a year's back pay because of a provision in the teacher's contract called tenure, which guaranteed their jobs for life. The idea of tenure started in universities. It was meant to protect professors from getting fired for arbitrary or political reasons. In universities, professors are only granted tenure after many years of teaching and a grueling vetting process, and many don't receive it. But for public school teachers, tenure has become automatic.
3, 2, 1. Okay, children, I've just been granted tenure, so I'm going to sit back and let Ralph teach for a while.
Class, in what year was 1 plus 1? The answer
Is it that the same student who fails a proficiency test in Longmeadow, Massachusetts, can drive a mile south and pass a similar test in Enfield, Connecticut? Here's why. The federal government passes laws and sends money to the states, but the states fund schools too and set their own, often conflicting standards. And there are more than 14,000 autonomous school boards, making school governance a tangled mess of conflicting regulations and mixed agendas.
You've got local school boards, people from the state departments of education, federal Department of Education, district superintendents, and their huge staffs.
The things we've done to help our schools work better have become the things that prevent them from working.
This school's 40 years old. I think about 60,000 people have gone to this school in 40 years. 60,000. 40,000 didn't graduate. So over 40 years, this is the damage that this school has done to this neighborhood. To be 15 years old and a dropout, they're not going to write screenplays.
Millions of kids are walking the streets who have no vested interest in living. They dropped out of school. They have no diplomas. They have no skills.
And you can name the places where the schools, you can talk about Detroit, East Baltimore, Camden, South Central. This has all been going, this is since I was a child.
Experiment. Public schools with public money, but independently run. When there's limited space, by law, the school must hold a lottery. Jeffrey Canada petitioned to start a charter school in the worst performing district in New York State.
We chose 97 blocks in Central Harlem. Had the worst educational outcomes for children. And we came here because it had the worst.
These 97 blocks have the highest rate of foster care and twice the unemployment rate of the rest of New York City. Many experts believed that even the most motivated educators could not overcome the problems that these children brought from home. But despite the failures of reformers before him, Jeffrey Canada made a promise to the families of Harlem.
Your child comes to this school, we will guarantee that we will get your child into college. We will be with you, with your child, from the moment they enter our school till the moment they graduate from college.